So hello everyone, my name is Angela De Souza and I'm the founder and CEO of Women's Business Club. And I've been given an impossible mission today, and that is to try and speak in 10 minutes. Anybody who knows me knows that that's nowhere near enough time. But what I would like to do is I would like to share my top 8 business tips, because I didn't think I could squash 10 in. So my top 8 business tips with you this morning. Obviously it's going to be a rush job, and I'm happy to elaborate or do one-on-one chats with anybody who wants more information, but let's dive straight in. So my first top tip is mindset over money. With the wrong mindset, no amount of money can build a great business. You need a good can-do attitude and often think outside of the box. And too often I come across business women, and myself included in the early days, where we think if I just had money, I could solve that problem. And actually, struggling in the early days of my business and not having money was so much better. It forced me to think differently. It forced me to be creative. It forced me maybe to have a different mindset. And so I honestly don't think that you need to panic if you say, oh, I don't have money, I can't do it. Rather say, how can I do it? It's more about mindset. Second one, passion over money. Simon Sinek said, working hard for something we don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. Angela De Souza says, work for passion and the money will come. Work for money and the stress will come. And so that's another top tip, is just really make sure that you're just doing something that you are truly passionate about. And I'll tell you when it counts. It counts when it gets tough. When it gets tough, you'll quickly know if you're truly passionate about what you're doing, if you have a strong why, or if you're just trying to keep your head above water and pay your bills. And that you'll run. You know, when it gets tough, you'll say, I'm out of here, I'm not interested. But if you have a true passion, a true calling, a true, there's purpose behind what you're doing, when it gets tough, that's what's going to see you through the tough times, and the tough times will come. Top tip number 3, money does matter. What? Said all these things about money, and now I'm saying it does matter. Of course it matters. The difference between a hobby and something you're truly passionate about and a business, it's the money. It's the fact that you need to make the books balance. You need to make this profitable to call it successful. And so if you don't have a good grip on the money, then you won't succeed. And my top tip under this is always just start with the basics. It's not rocket science. Keep your income higher than your expenses and just stick to that principle and you'll be fine. But then I would say, if you really want to get serious about growing or scaling your business, you really need to fall in love with the numbers, really. You need to love the numbers. You need to enjoy looking at the spreadsheets and doing forecasts and really getting to grip with the numbers. And if you genuinely hate the numbers, then pay somebody to do it for you, who can just give you the bottom line, the basic updates. But to be honest, if it's your business, no matter where you're at, I think you'll learn to love the numbers, because it's seeing your business and how your business is doing. Or if you're not running a business, if you're here today and you're employed and you're responsible for a team or any sort of growth, the same principle applies. Top tip number 4, people matter most. No matter what, you need to take care of your people. The way you treat people matters. Customers, staff, even followers are more attracted to your brand if you serve them well. And many of you may know Richard Branson's famous quote, take care of your employees and they'll take care of your business, which is so true. Maya Angelou, one of my favorites, she says people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And so it's really important that you remember that you're dealing with people, and people buy from people, and people really, really matter in business. And how you treat them is so, so important. And it's not just how you treat them, in words and in person, but even the way you speak about people on social media, the way you, look after people publicly, because you don't know who's watching. Top tip number 5, your people matter. Who's your person? Who are your people? If you haven't got the right people in your life, chances are you're heading in the wrong direction. So carefully choose who's in your closest circle? Who's your personal cheerleader? Who believes in you no matter what? Who's there for you no matter what? That person or people are so key to your success. And if you don't have one, find one. They're out there. There's somebody that absolutely passionately believes in you and what you're doing. And then your circle. Choose the people who will influence you. Make sure you have people who are a bit ahead of you, who are going to challenge you and stretch you, and sometimes say the scary things, the things that might be a bit hard to hear. You need that. It's important for business success. And so really consider who's in your circle, who are your people. And if you haven't got the right people, the chances are you're heading in the wrong direction. So it is key to business success. Top tip number 6, experts matter. Guess what? You're not an expert in everything. Yet, when we start a business, we often feel like we need to be. We need to do everything from make the tea, to do the books, to do the marketing, the social media. And when do we ever get time to deliver the actual business, the product or service? Because we have to do everything. Biggest piece of advice I would give somebody is outsource as early on as possible to experts. It is scary. If you're new in business, it is scary. You're like, where do I find the money from? I'm barely scraping by. But actually, you're going to save money and your business is going to grow and make money faster if you're not struggling to do the things that either you're not an expert in or you really don't enjoy. It's better to, you could even start small with an expert VA who's an expert in a particular area and charges £12.50 an hour, and you start her off at 4 hours a month. You could start really, really small and really simple. And as soon as you see the results, I promise you, you're going to want more experts. You're going to want experts in marketing or experts in finance or experts in whatever, based on what you're not an expert in, leaving you completely free to do the things that you are an expert in and the things that only you can do. Your business will have a greater chance of success if you can do that as early on as possible. And if you're employed and you're working in the team, same principles apply. Draw on the expertise of those working around you. Don't try to be Wonder Woman, the woman that has it all and does it all and has a breakdown very quickly. Top tip number 7, you matter too. Take care of you. Imagine what will happen if you aren't able to work due to illness. What does your business or your career look like then? Do you see why your health and well-being is important? It's okay to take time off. It's okay to have breaks. It's okay. You should be keeping fit and healthy and laugh a lot. Just really, really make sure that you're taking care of your mental health, your physical health. You're taking care of you because you are key. You are so important to your business and your career. And then number 8, top tip number 8, enjoy the journey. There's no point in creating a job for yourself that makes you trapped and makes you miserable and you wonder why you did it and you created this monster you can't manage and, there's no point. You've got to make sure that you're enjoying the journey, and every time you feel like you're just not enjoying it anymore, figure out why, because often there's just an underlying little something that you can tweak. And that will help you to enjoy the journey. So would you like a bonus top tip? I have a bonus top tip for you. Bonus top tip is be visible. And so that's what I'm going to tell you about our Women's Business Club coffee and co-working mornings. We're on a mission to launch 1,000 of them across the UK within the next 18 months. And you can be involved in this, and this is a great way for you to be visible. If you're an invisible business owner, guess what? You're not going to get very far. If you're an invisible staff member, you're not going to get very far. You need to be visible. So our coffee and co-working mornings, it is simply a way to get women out of their offices, out of their homes, out of their pajamas, just get women out again, get us connecting, get us meeting up in person. It's a very friendly, low-key, simple model where you just come along, bring your laptop or your iPad or your phone, grab a coffee, grab a tea, grab a hot chocolate, and sit down amongst other ladies. It works for introverts. It works for those who lack confidence. It works for super confident women. It works for employed women or self-employed women. Just any woman who wants to just get out and be involved in a community. Come along. We are launching them as fast as we possibly can. The goal is so that no businesswoman has to travel more than half an hour to access one of these. And even better, if you really want to be visible, why not lead one? get in touch with us, womensbusiness.club/leaders. We can pop the link in the chat, we can email it out afterwards, and lead your own club. It's a super, super simple module. All you have to do is find a venue, make sure there's access to hot drinks, and be nice and friendly. It's that simple. And so I know that we're collaborating with NatWest through the Accelerator Hubs, hosting some of these events. If you have a venue, if your company has a suitable space, if you know a lovely coffee shop or hotel, living, lounge area, whatever, it's super simple. Just get in touch and be a part of this post-COVID tackling loneliness, recovery. So that's it. I did it in 10 minutes and 23 seconds.